Potato McWhiskey here, and we're going to be talking about the new Civilization 6 expansion, Rise and Fall. I'm going to be going over all the information I can find and putting it together in one easy to consume video. I'll also be going over some speculation, giving my thoughts on the announced features, as well as who I think some of the new civilizations will be, and how I think this expansion will affect the game. For the quick and easy, important breakdown, there will be 9 new civilizations. It will release on the 8th of February, and it will cost $29.99, subject to regional pricing. There will be 2 new districts, 8 new wonders, 4 new units, 2 new improvements, 7 new natural wonders, a new loyalty and governor system, and that's the quick and dirty details. Let's dig into the nitty and gritty. I used a lot of different sources to get the information for this video. Reddit, Eurogamer, the Civ Fanatics forum, discussion with friends, PC Gamer, and interviews with the developer, as well as many more that I didn't adequately keep track of in my haste to get all the information in one place. Links to any of the sources will be in the description of the video, and there will be a pinned comment at the top of the comment section should any corrections or new information come about. So if you're going to point out a mistake or add information, make sure you check the pinned comment first. So let's quickly talk about the theme of the expansion. As you can imagine from the name of the expansion, it will be themed around adding more dynamic elements to the gameplay. The goal seems to be to give windows of power and vulnerability to empires while also offering opportunities for redemption should you fall into a slump. It seems that the expansion will be building upon the storytelling aspects of the gameplay with special historic moments which will alight the timeline of your empire, letting you know what you've achieved in the game. I'm personally very excited for both of these things, in particular the dynamic elements, although I can see myself having an appreciation for the storytelling aspects as well. Game mechanics will be more tightly tied into eras, in particular golden, dark, and heroic ages affecting your civilization throughout the game. Players will earn an era score based on completing certain objectives, and upon entering a new era, a player will be granted a golden age, normal, or dark age depending on how well they did. Golden Ages allow you to unlock a dedication bonus, and Dark Ages will unlock special policies and will open up the opportunity for redemption, as your next Golden Age will be a Heroic Age, which is 3 times as strong as a standard Golden Age in terms of the number of dedication bonuses you can get. Don't be too excited to enter into a Dark Age to try and get a Heroic Age, because from the sounds of it, a Dark Ages make you very vulnerable to your rivals, although I imagine it'll be a viable strategy to try and zigzag up and down from the ages. The main mechanic for the Great Ages seems tightly linked to the new loyalty system, which can result in cities declaring independence or potentially joining a rival empire. I'm really excited to see the return of Golden Ages, as personally I feel it's not quite a Civ game without a nice Golden Age. I also love the idea of Dark Ages from a game mechanic and emergent storytelling aspect. I can't wait to see how these work. The new loyalty mechanic is intrinsically tied to the Great Ages mechanic and the Governor's mechanic, which we'll talk about soon. Loyalty is a new thing that you're going to have to keep track of in order to keep your empire together. If your loyalty dips too low, cities could declare independence, making them an easy target for warmongering neighbours, or potentially they could flip entirely to another player when they trigger a Golden Age. Golden Ages essentially act as a loyalty bomb, increasing the loyalty of your own cities and potentially flipping the loyalty of any nearby independent cities. This is reminiscent of the old culture flipping mechanic from previous Civilization games, which allowed the state of the world to change without warfare. Dark Ages also act as a nega loyalty bomb, which reduces the loyalty in your cities, making them more vulnerable to your enemies and more likely to declare independence. Culture flipping is one of my favourite mechanics that's been missing for a while in Civilization, and I'm extremely excited to see it return, albeit in a new form. I'm really interested to see how this turns out, and I'm already planning a pacifist world domination game using loyalty. Some things that will affect loyalty are amenities, for example, and how close you are to an enemy city. This may make the infinite city spam strategy and forward settling strategy less viable, as you might end up with your city flipping to the enemy if you're not careful. Cities that do go independent will not expand or engage in diplomacy like a full Civ, nor do they have special interaction like city-states. Instead, they're basically piñatas waiting to be gobbled up by an opportunistic civilization, or potential allies to be flipped to your side through loyalty. Cities must go through an independence phase before they switch allegiance, so they will always have an opportunity to conquer back disloyal cities or exert loyalty pressure to bring them back into the fold. You'll also be able to annex city-states using the loyalty mechanic, but you will lose their bonuses the same as if you had conquered them. We also know the espionage system will interact with the new loyalty system, and independent cities will build armies to defend themselves. According to the information we have right now, governors are the most powerful way you have to interact with the loyalty mechanic. Governors in Civ 6 will have their own promotion trees, can move between cities, and much like districts, act as a way to specialize your city. A player can earn up to 7 governors. Each governor has a unique skill tree, and they will bend or break some of the standard rules in the game. For example, one governor will allow you to purchase districts wholesale with gold, and another governor will give your builders from that city more charges. Governors can also unlock new tile improvements like city parks and fishery tiles if you upgrade them enough. Players will earn points called governor titles throughout the gameplay. Players can choose to spend those points on unlocking new governors or upgrading existing ones. This will offer the player the ability to go wide, getting a lot of governors, or tall, focusing on a few highly upgraded governors. Governors will also have unique personalities and power bonuses for specific situations. For example, one kind of governor will be really good at defending a city during a siege, and another can be assigned to city-states to affect your envoys there. That said, there will be some overlap in their abilities, and governors are far from being one-trick ponies. There's also a specific governor who will exert loyalty pressure in your own and enemy cities, hopefully increasing the chance that they flip independent and eventually to your side. I'm extremely excited to see governors coming to Civ 6. I personally love the idea of assigning leaders to cities, and it's one of my favourite mechanics from games like Endless Space. I'm bursting at the seams to see how it works with the Great Ages mechanic and loyalty mechanic, and I'm pretty sure these features alone, if implemented well, could be enough to propel Civ 6 from having the potential to be the best Civilization game ever made into being the best Civilization game ever made. Sorry Civ 5, I love you very much, but I think the Eclipse is coming and it's shaped like a 6. And these are just some of the flagship features. There's more to come. Alliances are getting changes as well. Now there are 4 types of alliances: research, military, cultural, and religious alliances. A player can have one of each type of alliance, and alliances offer specific benefits and can be upgraded. For example, a research alliance at level 1 will give you side yields for trade routes to your ally. But at level 2 you'll periodically receive tech boosts, and at level 3 you'll get bonuses for researching the same tech as your ally, or a tech your ally already has unlocked. I think this feature has tremendous potential for single player and multiplayer. Diplomacy was one of the areas that I felt was lacking in the base game, and I'm really glad to see some much needed changes to the system. Giving me reasons to interact with the AI beyond trying to make them leave me alone or go to war with them is going to be a great benefit to the gameplay. Emergency situations are a new mechanic for helping rein in players snowballing out of control. They're triggered when a player completes a significant event, for example conquering a player's capital, or converting a holy city, or perhaps even launching a spaceship or nuke. They will offer opportunities for other players to complete an objective to gain a benefit. However, be careful. If you join an emergency coalition and fail to complete your objective, the defending player will get the benefit instead. This is probably one of the most important features in the expansion for Civ 6, but also for the entire series. Civilization has always had a bit of a problem with runaway empires, and hopefully this system will offer players who are behind an opportunity to catch up or hurt the winning player. I find all too often the last 20 to 30 turns of a game are me just hitting the next turn button, waiting for my victory condition to be met. Anything that offers me a challenge or something to do during that period can only be a good thing. Historic moments are particular achievements a player can do throughout the game, and they offer 2 things to the player. First, they offer a way to earn era points, which can be used to get the all-important golden ages in the new expansion, and they give you a way to look back upon your civilization's history and see how the events unfolded in the timeline. Historic moments can be things like circumnavigating the world, founding a religion, or building a district with a high adjacency bonus. I'm really excited at the prospect of historic moments. I'm a huge fan of the Civilization 5 Vox Populi mod, and they use historic moments to great effect, and I'm super happy to see them making an appearance in Civ 6. I would speculate that earning great people will definitely count as a historic moment, as will building wonders. There are 9 confirmed new leaders and 8 new civilizations in the expansion. Based on what I've seen, I'm expecting a civilization successor to the Hordes, for example the Mughals. We already have Scythia and Persia taking up the place where the Golden Horde and Parthia might have fit, so I doubt it'll be either of those, but I'm expecting something kind of horseman-like along the lines. Now in fairness, Scythia does kind of take up that identity, but that didn't stop them putting the Huns and the Mongols in Civ 5. There's also plenty of holes in the map, and the developers have said they put particular emphasis on areas of the map that don't have a civilization, haven't been in previous games, or if a new civilization can represent a timeline that hasn't been represented in the game yet. I'm also guessing that we'll get a native North American civilization, as we have some new American natural wonders, and usually new natural wonders tie in heavily to the new civilizations. There's also a hint in the trailer at possibly getting the Netherlands, but whether that will happen or not remains unknown. Additional hints point towards Korea in the trailer, and with the addition of some South American natural wonders, I'm expecting a South American native civilization as well. Other civilizations that I'm hopeful for are post-revolution Turkey. I know we all love the Ottomans, but goddamn do I want an Ataturk democratic Turkey for once. We'll probably end up getting the Ottomans, but a man can dream. In the expansion, as I mentioned at the start of the video, there will be 8 new world wonders, 7 new natural wonders, 4 new units, 2 new tile improvements, 2 new districts, 14 new buildings, and 3 new resources. That's pretty insane. It's hard to really analyze this without any details, but more content can only give players more options and tools to explore the possibilities of the game and build interesting experiences for themselves. I'm 100% on board with New Wonders and can't wait to see what they are. There are some screenshots we're going to be going over and analysing in a bit, so we'll see if we can pick out some new content from that. The government system has also been updated and overhauled and will include new policies, additional improvements and upgrades to the new government systems, as well as new buildings you can build in the new government district that is tied specifically to the type of government you have. Governments are probably the most interesting system in the game, and they're not really good, so I'm excited to see them getting changes. I think the system has huge potential, and I can't wait to see the improvements because the system is so cool, but it sorely needs some love. So we're moving on to the screenshot analysis. Based on the first screenshot, I've highlighted some things I've noticed. It looks like there is a natural wonder, possibly Mount Roraima or another type of Tepui, and sorry, I have no idea how to properly pronounce either of those words. Here's an image off Google search of Mount Roraima for comparison. There's also two new wonders in this image. The bottom right wonder looks like the General Archive of the Indies in Seville, Spain, and the second wonder looks like the Kotoku Inn from Japan. Again, sorry for butchering the pronunciation. There is also what looks like the new government district with a more faded purple colour scheme with what I think looks like a forum and town hall building. This is certainly related to the new loyalty governor and government system. You can only have one government district in your empire and it upgrades differently from other districts, instead interacting directly with the new government system. I've heard the type of building you can build will be directly related to the type of government you have or what policies you are using. And finally, it does appear that there are two new resources in this screenshot, an orangish mining resource that we'll see again in the third screenshot, potentially gold or amber. My money is on amber and that it's a luxury resource. There's also some palm trees, which could be date trees, which could be a bonus or luxury resource. It's hard to judge, but I can only assume they're improved with a plantation. In this second screenshot, it looks like there are the two new improvements, the teased fisheries and parks. These are tied to the governor upgrade system, and you will need a specific governor upgraded to a certain level to be able to produce them. There's also a new unit in this image, the upgrade for the medic, known as the supply convoy. The unit will provide movement bonuses as well as healing bonuses to any units that they share a tile with. In the bottom left, you can see a natural wonder, which I can only assume is the Delicate Arch from the Arches National Park. There also appears to be two new wonders in this picture, the series staple Statue of Liberty and an unknown wonder that nobody I've talked to or read writing about seems to be able to place. There's a few theories floating around about coastal fortresses, but I have genuinely no idea what it could be. There also appears to be another new wonder or potentially a variant of the entertainment district that can be placed on the water. My money is on entertainment district being able to be placed on the water and potentially getting access to new buildings like the Ferris wheel. This is based off the fact that the water district appears to share the same color scheme as the land-based entertainment district. In the third screenshot, we have some sort of snow district or wonder. I'm going to assume it's a kind of district like the Aqueduct that doesn't have any special buildings but provides bonuses and can only be built on snow. Otherwise, it's probably a wonder, and it's on the same sort of scale as a wonder, probably a famous research station in Antarctica or something. I have no idea, to be honest. There's also a natural wonder that has yet to be identified, and it looks like there are new units here in force. The Spec Ops unit is an upgrade to the scout line of units, can be seen standing in the aerodrome district. The Spec Op can paradrop without the use of aircraft, and you can just barely spot the new drones, which are an upgrade to the observation balloon. There's also two new wonders in this image, which I'm guessing are the Temple of Artemis and St. Basil's Cathedral. We also get another glimpse of that new resource, and I'm betting on amber with its orange glow. And finally, one of the new units that didn't seem to be in the screenshot but has been confirmed to be a new unit in the anti-cavalry line is called the Pike and Shot, aimed at bridging the gap between pikemen and anti-tank units, which seem many turns apart in the tech tree. There also seems to be some cultural reskins of certain buildings and districts, in particular the new reskin for the monument in the first screenshot. As a bonus little tidbit, there was a scenario in Civ 4 called Rise and Fall, which was immensely popular, potentially an inspirational name for the expansion. Of particular note is that the Rise and Fall scenario featured empires fracturing and breaking much in the same way the new Civilization expansion will work, if the mechanics work as stated. Coincidence or inspiration? I'm wagering on the latter. So that wraps up all of the information I could find on the new Civ 6 expansion. If you spotted a mistake or found any new information, make sure you check the pinned comment below the video, which will be updated when new information becomes available. I'd also like to again remind you that not all of this is my own work, and in no way am I trying to make it seem so. I used a lot of different sources, including Reddit, the Civ Fanatics forum, PC Gamer, Eurogamer, and many other websites and interviews to piece together this information. If you do like the sound of my voice for some reason, I do daily Let's Play videos of Civ 6, so go ahead and check those out. Self-promotion done with, I'm Potato McWhiskey, I love you all very much, and peace out.